everybody. So today we are going to be doing some HTML again. But today's lesson is going to be a super interesting one. Alright, so stay tuned for what you're going to be learning today. We are going to be learning how to attach images into our website. And you know, images are like the building blocks of what a website contains. Like, you go to any website, you definitely will see an image. Like be real here, right? You definitely see an image. So you must know how to do this, right? If you don't know how to do this, you're not going to be able to create a good code at all. And you can't even create something good on your right side of the page right here. So you want to make sure you learn. Okay, so firstly, you should already know, you should have gone through lesson 1, lesson 2 about lists and basic HTML tags. Okay, and this video actually has 2 parts. The first part is images, the second part is hyperlinks. Now, in today's video, we'll be learning images, and after we're doing a practice for images. And then after that, we will have the hyperlinks lesson, which is in another video, and after the hyperlinks practice, which is another video. So there'll be 4 videos containing this. Now, the reason I say hyperlinks is because images and hyperlinks are sort of thing, they go hand in hand. Okay, and I'll go through what hyperlinks are in the next lesson. So it's basically like sort of like the second part to this image course, because it's kind of important. It's like, I think they're sort of related. So that's why I associated them together. Okay, but for this lesson, we're only doing images, so don't say I clickbaited you whatsoever. Okay, so let us begin. So firstly, let's make a little website. Let's see what image is going to be about. Okay, so we need to throw. Okay, later I'll explain what you're saying. So okay, let's make this donut shop. And then over here, the world's best donuts. Okay, so let's say we're gonna make a little donut shop, a little advertisement. Okay, the donut shop, the world's best donuts. And that time we're gonna make a little list of the donuts. Okay, and then over here we can have donuts on sale. Right? So we can make a list. You should already know how to do this, so I won't cover it. Original donut. Chocolate donut. Strawberry donut. I don't know what else donuts are there. I'm not really familiar about donuts. So I think, alright, never mind. We don't need so many as well. Okay. Boom. There we go. So now we need to put a picture of a donut. So how are we going to do that? So over here, you see that I have a picture of a donut. Alright, here's exactly what I want you guys to do. Right click and press copy image address. Do not press any of these, press copy image address. Go back to this, and if you press paste, which is Ctrl V on your keyboard, you should be able to have your image address on the code over here. You should have copied it. Now, here is going to be the tag. Okay, now, images like HR tags, we know HR tags, they don't have any open tag, close tag. Now, images are the same. They don't have any open tag, close tag. So, images, you just throw it in and it will give you the image. So, no open tag, no close tag. That's how you do it. So, the tag is image source. But you're not going to write this. This is wrong. You don't write this. Image is the short form IMG. Okay? And then SRC. Okay? IMG space SRC. Then press the equal sign. But this isn't enough. You need to show that this is the IMG SRC. So what you do is you put a quotation mark to show that this thing instead of the quotation mark is the IMG SRC image source. Okay, so IMG space SRC equals quotation mark, open quotation mark, then right, then put the image address and then close quotation mark. You want to make sure that you follow exactly everything over here. Make sure that you don't have any single little fluctuation. You want to make sure everything is correct, because if there's like one single mistake, like if you accidentally wrote SCR, it's gonna completely not work. So you want to make sure that you do it properly. Alright, check and check and check again. If you press run, you can see that that's actually, what is this? It's actually the picture of the donut. Okay, but here's the problem, it's a bit too big, right? I think we can all agree on that. So now I'm going to teach you how to resize your image. Now, here's the problem. Whenever you're going to throw this image into over here, right? The result you're going to get is going to be all sorts of sizes. Sometimes it may be very small, sometimes it may be very big. Or sometimes it's like an okay size, but you want to resize it, you want it to be very big, or you want it to be very small. So I'll teach you how to do that. So now we're going to learn something called attributes. Now attributes can actually work for a lot of different tags, but I'll just teach you the image tag. And I will also give you another video about attributes so that you guys can learn the different types of attributes. But for today's video, I'm just going to teach you the image attribute. So IMGSLC. Now you're going to want to attribute. Okay, now attributes are basically after you finish the tag, and usually in the open tag. So basically, if you have an open tag over here, you put your attribute. You don't have to put it in the close tag. That means you have the open tag, right? I will give you an example. Let's say, alright, my body. Okay, my body. I want to give it an attribute. I could choose body background color equals to yellow. Now, here's the thing. When you do an attribute, you do it after the tag. So you basically do a tag, and then you do the attribute. Now, this is only applies for the open tag. So you literally just need to throw in the attribute for the open tag. Then your close tag doesn't need any attribute. So you just need the attribute in your open tag. So in this case, the attribute is background color equals yellow. You have to learn this. I'm just giving you extra information on what attributes are. So body tag, first the tag and after the attribute, which is basically something like we'll give the tag a certain identity. What is the tag going to be like? So body, beach color equals yellow. You can see it's actually yellow. The only reason this is still white is because you remember it's the image, right? The image is supposed to be white. Alright, so the image background color is white. We cannot change that. But if I take out the image, then you can see that the higher thing is yellow. Okay, but let's just throw it back in. Okay, we don't need this. This is just extra information for you. So now, image, I always say you only put attributes for the open tag. But in this case, there's no open tag, there's no close tag. So you just put it in here. Now, you can resize it by writing height equals 1, width equals 1. But usually I just like to put 1. I either put height or I put width. I don't put both. So let's say I put height 100 equals 100. You better make sure you put this quotation mark. Okay, so you must follow exactly, guys. Follow exactly. Don't like use your own whatever. Height equals this 100. Don't have to put don't put spaces here, spaces there. No. Right? Although it's not works too, but this is more presentable, and this is how I usually do it. So you can see now the height is 100. Now, of course I can also do width 100. Right, but it'll be a bit different. Now, of course I can also do height equals 100. Width equals 100. Okay. So if you want to control both the height and the width, you can also do so. But I usually like to just control one. Okay, so let's just say height 100. Okay. There you go. You literally have your image resized. Okay, so that's usually how you do it. Alright, quick recap. You go to this. Alright, so now I'm gonna put another one. Okay, I want you guys to pause the video, try it out. Okay, you can really take any picture of a donut you want. Alright, doesn't matter. Okay, that's not the point. You can take any picture of a donut you want. Let's say I want to use a chocolate donut. Okay. Okay. We can just go copy image address. Now, again. Remember? Boom. Okay. Oh, so big. Okay, now remember now. Wait, let me just resize it first before I tell you what I'm gonna say. Okay, now it is because like every image has a different size. So when you put height equals 100 for here, height equals 100 for here, may be a bit different. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is now, if the certain image I chose had a background color of black, or another background color that it's like a different tone from this, because you see the two examples I've chosen now are perfect, because this one is from Wikipedia, right? You can see that the Wikipedia background is exactly white like this, so it blends in perfectly. And the other one I chose was this pixelated background, which basically means that you can apply any background to it. So both of these are good. But if you pick like a picture with a background like this, right? Let me give you an example. If I pick a picture with a background like this, you can see that it won't blend in, because this one blends in, this one blends in, this one doesn't blend in. So if you want it to blend, you better be conscious of what you pick, okay? Because you cannot change the background, you cannot change the image. In this case, the image perfect, this is the image perfect, but this one, the background doesn't blend in. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to blend in, but in this case, if you want it to blend in like mine, and you're like, wait, why doesn't it blend in? It's really just because of the image that you selected. So you want to select a one that blends in, but if it doesn't blend in, also okay. So you hope you understand like why you want that to blend in. Because sometimes it looks better if it blends in, agree? You want it to, it looks just like the donuts right on the screen. This looks a bit like it was just stuck there. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, guys. I will attach the link in the description below the practice video for images so that you guys can train your little skills. Are you really that good at images? You really know how to make images? So try that out. Alright. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much and goodbye. Peace.